Welcome everybody to the Phone Tap Podcast with Unk and the Burnout.
I'm getting out
It's
keys
just
and
it's
rattles.
we're a burnout down.
We were just
We are.
Cedric is helping out the shop today because we're a little short-handed over there.
Yeah, we've got a couple of people that are supposed to be here that are in a different state.
Let's use this one from now on.
Yeah, it's really quiet.
Yeah, all you get is the click. I like this one.
Here, hang on a sec.
I want to hit my...
We were just in a conversation about apartments and stuff in the area, trying to find apartments.
Yes.
So if anyone in the Horseheads area has a 2-bedroom available, get a hold of us here at Buds and Studs. One of us,
We'll take your information.
yes. Great person, great guy. I definitely see him having no problems with being a good tenant.
Right.
You probably won't even know he's there.
Most of the time.
Except
I
that
live at work.
his music gets a little bit loud sometimes, but
Actually, even in that situation, when I work from home, I'm quieter about it. Because I'm used to apartments. And
that was a
having
joke
neighbors
at you
and
towards
whatnot.
when I used to live upstairs.
Oh, I know. This is a little different.
This is an
now that
office.
now that
It can
I've
be
gotten-
loud here.
Now that I've gotten office, it's like, okay, now I can really do what I do the way I need to do it.
Alright.
But it really wasn't bad. And anyways, like literally most of the time it was kind of like soothing to wake up to Rob's music. Like I would actually just listen to it before I'd get out of bed. Sometimes.
Depending on what it was.
Yeah.
If it was something that had a beat, it was good.
Sometimes, well, they all have a beat. Sometimes
Depends.
it's just harder to find. Anyway.
Depends on what I'm making.
Frank, this is something that I've been waiting for you to be here for this topic. We talked about it a little bit a couple weeks ago. Investing in cryptocurrency.
Yes.
Not something that I would normally do, but I am taking a little advice from Frank because I know that he's a little more intelligent about shit like that than I am.
That's
Well,
pretty
he's
much
a little
the-
bit more
all he-
intelligent on everything than I am.
That's not
pretty much
entirely
all
true.
he did
Except for
during
pussy.
COVID
I definitely
was
got more experience with the pussy.
Dogecoin and shit like that.
I made pretty good money too, you know.
Yeah, that was the entirety of his time off during COVID, was fucking around cryptocurrency. So
Trying to figure it out.
definitely went to the right person for it.
So Frank, I already know that you participate. Do you participate
What?
in Bitcoin? Do you
No.
have no?
To believe it or not, I don't have any crypto right now.
You sold it all.
I sold it all when I was
So,
getting married.
If you help me make money, I will share. I'm a very good sharer.
Okay. Well, best thing I could tell you right now is to buy Bitcoin because
Well,
I know
that's what I have.
Yeah, I know it seems a little counterintuitive. I was trying to get people to buy Bitcoin 8 months ago. So about 9 months ago, you know what the price of a Bitcoin was? One Bitcoin? It's about like 17 grand. Do you know what it is right now?
I thought it was like 34.
Right now? It's
Yeah.
actually like 45.
Oh.
Can you imagine if you bought that
And then
3,
sold it
8
now.
months ago?
I know
like I
because
told
when
you to?
when I do my investing or when I put money on it, it'll tell you like you have this much percentage of a.
Yeah, it's fucking expensive. But yeah, so it's at like 45 grand right now, but it's gonna keep going up. Like in 2020, the last time they halved it, I think it hit as high as $63,000 a coin, and then it started to drop.
Do you think that this being an election year is going to affect that in any way?
It could, depending on who gets elected, because both officials have different cryptocurrency policies. So, you know, it's gonna happen. Oh yeah, I want to try one of these new ones from Dom.
Oh,
haven't
that's
tried
what
'em
you
yet.
say.
Yeah,
just-
no, actually, I have not tried them.
I'm smoking your weed, so.
Well, cool. What you think of the weed?
It tastes really good.
Thanks.
Um,
It got me high as fuck this morning.
it's
Yeah, I
leaving a
got
taste
fucked
in my
up.
mouth, but it's not a nasty taste.
So you're right. It's uncured and it's not trimmed the best, so it's a slight leaf flavor to be honest with you. But I wasn't planning on selling it to anybody, so I spent 6 hours trimming 2 fucking plants, and there's still more on there that I could trim off, man. I was done with it.
Out of what?
That's
4
why I
or
can't
5
do it,
plants?
man.
7.
7.
I have bad hand coordination problems. I'm hoping that this fiddle thing, I am learning to play the fiddle.
Fiddle.
Hey, by the way, did you get any strings last night? Frank, did you happen to see? You forgot.
Completely forgot.
It's alright. I will get them eventually. I'm reading this book first anyways. I have to read stuff a couple of times to comprehend that shit, so.
Lesson books like that, though, you're supposed to read and practice.
Well, it has a CD thing with
Yeah.
it too, so.
Yeah, those kind of text like books like that you take in chunks. Like every single bit of reference material I have on my shelf right there.
Not bad,
Those you take in chunks and then implement it. And when you get basically a foundation, that's when you move forward.
Damn.
So,
That's the cheaper one.
what do you feel the future of crypto is?
Honestly, the way it's been going past couple years, probably within the next 20 years, we're gonna see more and more third world countries switch over to a strictly digital currency because it's cheaper for a government to maintain a digital currency versus a paper currency. And
So, here's a question that I have about it. Do you have to pay taxes on Bitcoin?
yes and no.
Or
Yes and no.
crypto.
So, as long as you have your money in the crypto and you don't cash it out, it's fine because then you're just gaining money on paper. But once you cash out your crypto, say you spent 17,000 on it, and say you bought a coin back when I told you to, and you cashed it out right now for that 43,000, then you're gonna have to pay what's known as capital gains tax. So you made money off of your money.
So, you'd only have to pay taxes on everything after the 17,000.
Yes, you would have to pay taxes because that's an income basically.
Right.
And they wouldn't tax you until you pulled it because technically your money doesn't exist in crypto. So that's how people get around it, and that's what they're trying to fix the tax laws for, because you can use your crypto to buy things, right?
I know, they
So-
have fucking vending machines for.
Right.
fucking-
So the
or,
way to get around
ATM machines, I mean.
the way people do it to get around paying taxes is they put money in crypto, make a shitload of money off the crypto, then they'll go to somebody and like buy a fucking boat with the crypto, like $100,000 boat.
Cryptocurrency was invented,
Yeah,
though.
but then they
Yes.
gotta pay taxes on the boat.
No, you don't, because you just bought it with crypto. So you bought the boat with the crypto under the stipulation that the person you buy it off of pays the taxes for you. So you send them a little bit extra crypto to pay for those taxes that you would have to pay for sales tax.
Right, but you
And-
still gotta pay the taxes on the boat. That's what I'm saying.
You don't have to pay the taxes on the money you used to buy the boat. So I just made $100,000. Do you not think the government doesn't want theirs? They take 33% of my pay when I pay taxes. For everything that they take out, that means that $100,000 that you just used to buy that boat, well, 34,000 of it was the fucking government's that you didn't give them. You know what I'm saying? That's where the problem comes in. That's where the government's trying to get it so that they can tax that no matter how it moves. You know what I mean? So say you move your money from here to there to buy something and you never cash it out, well, that's still a capital gain. And that's the way that they're trying to write the law.
So I'm unfamiliar with other countries and such. Do other countries do the same thing as far as taxing? I mean, I know that every every country taxes. I know that.
Yes
but
and no. It depends on the country. It depends on the laws
how
of the country.
are there different ways to tax people? Like, I know from your paycheck.
Paycheck, property taxes,
Right.
capital gains tax, like I just said,
Business taxes.
business tax. I mean, inheritance tax, sales tax.
Yeah, but I thought you could inherit so much with it before you get. It just depends.
Only if you write it down a certain way. That's why you got to be a lawyer, or know one, or a financial advisor.
I definitely know one.
Because you have to write down. See, if you just straight inherit something, well, you got to pay taxes on that. But say your relative that left you an inheritance was smart and they sought out a lawyer or a financial advisor, and say that they wanted you to inherit something, but they wanted you to not pay an ungodly amount of taxes. So they wrote it down as a gift from a relative, not an inheritance, but an actual gift. You know what I'm saying? Now that puts it in a different tax category because now it's a gift. You did not inherit an income. Somebody gave you a gift. You know what I'm saying? So it's a little bit weird.
So, like, for instance, I'm not going to incriminate myself, but my mother gave me the car as a gift.
Yeah.
Which I'm sure that you've all done it when you go to the DMV. You put that it was a gift, so you don't have to pay the fucking sales tax.
No.
Never done that?
No.
Yeah.
I've definitely
I've never
done
done it as a gift. Just like I've taken a couple extra zeros off the actual price tag.
Oh man, it was a gift. Well,
$1.
it kind of was. It kind of was. I mean, she did give it to me, but I had some things done to her house. It was like trade barter.
See, and that's what the Bitcoin thing is, because there's nothing illegal about that. It's a trade barter kind of thing, and that's where Bitcoin kind of toes that line. They're like, well, this is trade barter, and the government's like, this is currency. This is not a trade barter. This is literally currency. What is Bitcoin worth? Like, let's be serious, guys. If the government collapses right now, what's that worth?
Nothing.
Not a fucking
Nothing.
thing. Not worth the
So if
paper it was
Bitcoin
printed on.
collapses right now, what is it worth? Nothing. You know what I'm saying? That's where the government's like, this is currency. It is not a trade barter thing. It's not like I gave you services or materials, and then you gave me this. You know what I'm saying? That's trade barter. This is literally, I use something in place of that to give you monetary equivalent.
All currency is essentially some form of IOU.
Right.
It's like, oh, like even when we get paid, it's like, oh, I owe you something for your time.
Right. And now you
Whereas
can get
if
to go.
it's a trade or a barter, it's like, look, I got some of these. You need that. You got this. I need that. How about you take these? I'll take those.
I mean, I'm sure a lot of people know this already, but if you go back and look at a lot of the older bills, it actually says used for legal tender or something like that.
Legal tender for use for all debts, public and private.
Right. And now it just says, what does it say? Not legal tender?
Hang on, no, all it says, this note is legal tender for all debts, public and private.
I wish I had an old one. It says something different.
Oh, you know what it is now? Federal Reserve note at the top. They used to be silver notes.
Before the federal.
Now they're just greenbacks.
Right. So you know what a silver note was? It was literally, if you went to the Reserve, a government-owned bank, you could say, I want $20 worth of silver. And they would give you $20 worth of silver. You know what I'm saying? That's literally what these were originally backed by. And, you know, say you're leaving the country and
So what
you
were
want
the
something
red
worth
ones
money.
for?
What red ones?
Like, there's red.
Oh, the Kennedy ones?
Oh, those are the same thing. It was just a different design. What matters is what it says right here. Federal Reserve Note. This used to say silver note. Silver Reserve Note.
Yeah, but it used to say something else here.
Yeah,
I'm gonna bring this up on
I
the
don't
next
know.
podcast. I'm gonna find an old bill. I got some at home, but I think it's before 83.
All this I got in here is 2001. Yeah, 2001's the oldest I got.
You hear all that money in Frank's wallet. He gets out at 3.
Yeah, you guys
It's,
hear
it's
that?
all ones.
Hear me counting that?
Don't be fooled, it's 2 ones.
I'm just shuffling them back and forth.
All right. Before I close out this topic, how do you feel about investing in like other things? Do you invest in anything else? Do you have it?
Actually, I was so when I started the crypto thing, I started investing in other like things as well. Started looking into a whole bunch of things. One company that I honestly don't even know how they're doing anymore. They're probably still very, very, very good. And I know there's probably somebody out there that's going to know this name because I said it to one guy that comes in here all the time, our Dan investing guy. You know what I'm saying? Little Dan, the investment guy.
Yeah.
Well, so back when I started with the crypto, I did a lot of research into a couple of companies that develop microchips, right? Because, you know, that's the future of everything. I was researching something called the IoT, the Internet of Things. Do you have any idea what that is?
Nope.
I
So,
feel like I remember you mentioning it.
so the
before.
Internet of Things is literally devices connected to the internet that communicate through the internet that you cannot actually access the internet off of. You know what I mean by that? Everybody now has a smart home, right? They've got these lights that they can control with their phone. Well, they're connected to the internet. But if you went to the light, you can't just access the internet off the light. It's a fucking light. You know what I'm saying? We've got outlets that do that. We've got fucking watches that just connect to it. It's all connected to what's known as the Internet of Things. Right now, there's something like 5 billion devices connected to the Internet of Things. Okay? By the year 2026, they're estimating 44 billion devices will be connected to the Internet of Things worldwide.
Wasn't that another Tesla concept?
No, probably actually. But
The interconnectivity of energy and information.
yep. But anyway, so I started doing research into that because obviously all of these devices are going to need a microchip to power them. There is going to be companies developing and selling microchips that are going to make money.
Who are the people? What's the job title of the people that do that?
Oh God, I don't even know. They're scientists, engineers, designers. You know what I'm saying?
Bioengineer? Or is it
No. Bioengineer is like with
chemicals?
no, it's living things, biology.
Oh.
It'd be like a computer engineer, program designer kind of thing. But no, so I did some research and I came across a company called AMD, Advanced Micro Devices. And I started researching and I found out that AMD had a contract that wasn't exactly signed yet, but they were basically guaranteed the contract, and they were competing with 2 other companies. And the contract was for a microchip to power a new game system. Do you know what the game system was?
PlayStation.
Xbox Series X.
Oh shit.
Okay, the most powerful home gaming system ever created, partially due to the AMD graphics chip that they designed and put in there specifically for the Xbox. You know what I'm saying? So when I found out about that, AMD was worth $11 a share. This was about 8 months before my wedding. I invested as much money as I had at the time, like 150 bucks. And then when I went to get married, I needed money. So I cashed out my AMD stock. It was like $900. No lie. This shit was worth like 80 something dollars a share because lo and behold, they got the fucking Xbox contract. Do you know how many Xboxes got shipped with an AMD device? Every single one. Every single Xbox got one of those chips in it. How many Xboxes did they sell?
They're still selling.
Exactly. And they've all got an AMD chip in them.
But what if the next one that comes out is a little bit more technological and doesn't use that chip?
Then the company that designs the innovation to get around the chip will make a lot of money. That's what I'm saying. You just gotta. So a lot of stocks is actually research. If you want to invest in stocks, you need to research the company itself. What are they doing? What do they believe? Who are their competitors? Because you know who AMD's biggest competitor is? IBM.
Mm. That looks crazy.
I know, right?
It's gonna smell like ass in here.
It's a
All
hash
right,
worm.
We'll move on to the next topic. I think I told both of you guys about this. March 13th, Wendy's is coming out with an orange creamsicle frosty.
Ooh, that actually
Wendy's?
sounds good.
Wendy's, yes.
Our
I
Wendy's
might
better
actually
fucking
try
have
that.
it.
It's gonna be called the Orange Dreamsicle Frosty.
I might actually try that.
March 13th.
I'm gonna go over there and be like, I need a
Mainly
cream.
because Maria's gonna want it. Guaranteed.
She like orange creamsicle?
Oh, she just likes Frosties. She's tried the last couple new ones they've had.
The peppermint one was gross, but I can
Yeah.
honestly say that I don't like pumpkin spice, and that one was pretty good.
It wasn't bad.
Was not a fan.
I mean, it's not anything I was gonna get.
Yeah, like I mean,
I
I had it once, but I'm just saying, right? It wasn't bad. Like, I didn't try the peppermint one, nor would I, because I hate peppermint.
Yeah, you dodged a bullet on that one. I tried it. It was,
No.
Exactly.
Yeah, one time I drank a bottle of peppermint schnapps all by myself when I was like 18 years old. I had a Mike Tyson fight, and I walked
Threw up?
home all across the Madison Avenue Bridge.
Yep, and that ruined peppermint for you from that night
Yep.
forward.
And then,
Vodka.
actually, there was another time when Dan's dad got me drunk as fuck off of Rumplemints, which was a thicker kind of peppermint schnapps. And that night for dinner, I had a fish sandwich and black-eyed peas and rice, and that was like one of the worst things to ever come back up.
I was gonna say, did you see the black eyed peas when they came back up?
All over the walls of Riverview and Madison Ave. Yeah.
On the wall?
Yeah, that's where I lived. I hugged the wall or fucking puke on the sidewalk.
Oh, you were outside.
Yeah.
Oh, I was gonna say, why'd you just go to the damn bathroom? Because you were drunk as fuck.
Outside. Yep. I haven't been drunk in 25 years.
I don't like drinking. I ain't been drunk in fucking almost 10 years.
Damn.
And I'm 32. I think the last time I drank, I was about 24.
Yeah, I haven't drank in 5 years. I did try like a mix, one of them fucking mixed drinks that already comes mixed that you buy at the liquor store.
Mm-hmm.
I put some ice in that and drank that, but it literally did nothing. Just tasted good.
Yeah, I don't even like that no more. Slippery slope.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah,
Drunk Frank is very, 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 very not fun. He pukes
See,
everywhere.
I got a preventative measure. I get physically ill anymore just smelling it, so I
Yeah.
can't.
All right.
All right.
So that FC shit wasn't bad. I gotta try that Biz shit.
All right. Our next topic is kind of something that we've been going through today. We're going to talk about little people.
Yeah.
I looked it up, and anyone under the 4'11" height is considered a little person.
I am not a little person.
Which, I don't know if I'm saying it correctly, but is considered a handicap.
Is it?
Being a dwarf is considered a handicap. Yeah, because there's jobs that they can't do.
There's a lot of things they can't do.
I mean, even with a fucking stool, they can't do some jobs.
That's
yeah,
true.
then there's a whole host of ailments that go along with dwarfism.
No, I'm not saying that they don't work. Like, I'm sure some of them find things that they can do, obviously, but I mean, someone with no legs can sit in a chair and work a register.
Or a computer.
But like I said, you might not want to put a little person behind the register because they might keep coming up short. Yeah, I'll be driving the bus.
Bus to hell.
We have a guy that works in the shop. I'm not going to name any names. But Steve loves midgets.
Oh, Jesus. I'm glad we got the Blueberry track. Blueberry just loves those midgets. Split them in half.
I actually met one of the what the hell were they called from The Wizard of Oz?
Munchkins.
Oh yeah, the Munchkins. I met one of the Munchkins. He was actually so little that he sat on the curb, and his feet still couldn't touch the ground.
What?
Yeah, when I lived in Troy, Pennsylvania for a while there, I worked at a restaurant, and I don't know if you know how Troy is, but they used to have a restaurant right next to the Dandy. I don't know. I don't go to Troy anymore, so I don't really know what it looks like there anymore. But before I left, there used to be a the restaurant was still there, but they had built a bar next to it. But yeah, I met one of the Munchkins. He lived in Troy.
No
He would
shit.
come into the restaurant to eat breakfast or lunch every day.
No shit.
And he walked. I mean,
Really?
You know how small Troy is, though. You could walk from one end of it to the other end of it in like 10 minutes.
Right.
Well, maybe 20 for him.
Take him twice as long. He's got to go twice as far.
I got a topic that I'm kind
Got
of
a topic that won't get us arrested?
kind of actually curious if you guys know about this, because I didn't. I know the song, and I knew it was about something. I just didn't know the specifics.
Does anybody know why my stomach hurts?
But yeah, because you gotta poop.
I did that.
But do you guys know
That's the smell.
the song Jeremy from Pearl Jam? Do you know what
Yes.
it's about?
Jeremy.
Isn't it a suicide
King
song?
Jeremy. So I believe it's about a school child, isn't it?
Yeah.
In school. Yeah.
He was looking for attention and shot himself in front of his teacher and 30 of his students, but literally walked up to the teacher and shot himself in the head. It's because he felt like nobody loved him, like he had no love. Yeah, it's crazy. His name was Jeremy Wade Dell. This happened in 1991. I actually was just like reading about it and everything. It's really sad. like, and I always used to. I'm not a big Pearl Jam fan. I did like Temple of the Dog, which was almost Pearl Jammy.
So Temple of the Dog.
I know it's different band members from different bands together.
It's a super group.
Yeah, it's a super group. So, I believe it had 2 members from Pearl Jam in it. Chris Cornell singing, and then I forget who was on drums.
It wasn't Dave Grohl, was it?
I don't think so, but it might have been. Like
I
you
mean, I
said,
wouldn't be surprised.
it was a super group, and it was a grunge super group from
Yeah,
the
so I mean,
90s.
it wouldn't be
So
I actually like. They're one of my favorite grunge bands, actually.
yeah, they're really good. They only did the one album,
I
right?
know, but I mean,
I'm pretty sure. Temple of the Dog. They
I
only
don't
released the
know.
one album.
Yeah.
I know basically every fucking song on there.
But I never was a Pearl Jam fan. Like
Yeah.
they played that fucking song out here on the radio when
Oh,
when
God,
I was
yeah.
a kid. So
Last Kiss?
I'd probably have to know.
Letterbox?
Letterbox sounds familiar.
Yeah, so that was Don't Call Me Daughter.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
They play that song all the time.
Yep.
Yeah. I always preferred Nirvana out of all of them.
To be honest with you, I don't like
I
Nirvana.
know you don't.
I'd prefer Pearl Jam over Nirvana any
No.
day.
I'm with Rob on this one. Kurt Cobain was a
Well, it's not even that.
genius.
Just the musical.
Like he
No.
was one of
No,
those. He was way ahead of his time.
It's not even
No.
that. It's the musical style. It's way more aggressive than Pearl Jam. It's not radio friendly. If you notice, there's the division between me and Frank's
It's
musical
not, and like
taste
some of the shit
is-
that he was talking about, but it was just like a real life shit that he was going through, bro. That's
No,
how.
I
No,
actually.
Nirvana, Kurt Cobain was the master of sarcasm and dry humor. A lot of his songs are not serious whatsoever. Some of them, a handful of them are, but
But I mean, they're serious for like a lot of people related
So-
to their shit.
So
Like,
the only thing
maybe
that.
if-
which they're all confused as to why, because there was no meaning put into it. That's why I agree. There's no reason why Nirvana should have the success they do, because they're all confused as to why. A lot of the
You know
lyrics
why-
live ended up just turning out to be mumbles and rambles. He would change the lyrics quite frequently and often.
That was chalked up to his heroin abuse, so.
that I didn't know.
No, that was actually him just fucking with people. That happened long before he got into the heroin.
Yeah, but who else used to do that back in the day?
Andy Kaufman.
Oh,
So,
I was thinking
You
Jim,
know what I don't
Jim
like
Morrison,
about
but
Nirvana?
Jim Morrison was constantly not vindictive. What's the word I'm thinking of? Condescending. He was
Yeah, he
very
was a douche.
condescending.
As a stoner that grew up in the early 2000s, it's the same thing. Same reason I don't like Bob Marley.
Oh my God! I didn't
You
know
wanna know
you're
what's-
you suck, Frank.
That
No,
one-
that's just it. I
You
used to
wanna know
love
what's
Bob
funny?
Marley and I used to love Nirvana. But when you hear the damn songs about a million fucking times,
You want to know what's funny? It was the exact opposite where I grew up. Yeah, it was Bob Marley, but the other band was fucking Soundgarden. I
No.
was one of the few people
weren't too
that
bad.
listened
see,
to
I
actually
can't,
saw
I
them
can't
in
do
concert.
Soundgarden either.
Sublime. Sublime was another one.
I
of
saw
them that I
No,
Soundgarden
you see,
when they were
Sublime,
older.
I actually love Sublime because Sublime
I
was
don't
like
like
everybody's last pick from where I was from. It's
No,
one of
it
those
was-
things that I didn't hear every fucking day for 9 fucking years.
You should have grown up in
Some
my
of
town
it they
then,
did
bud.
though. Well, I mean, I'm gonna tell you this: they definitely played that one song out where he
That's-
talks about
Yeah.
smoking
You should've grew up in
marijuana with his
Corning.
mom
Oh,
or
yeah.
some shit.
So no, this is the whole reason I can't do Nirvana because to be honest with you, I could probably sing any Nirvana song you play right fucking now. Right now, I can give you every fucking lyric from it, and that's why I
Actually,
can't
no.
do it.
Derek could.
Probably,
No, he can.
but that's
Derek's the biggest fan of Nirvana.
that's why I
I've ever
can't
met,
do
but
it though, because it's so played out. That's why I like the other ones better. Didn't hear Temple of a Dog as much. Didn't hear Pearl Jam as much.
I did.
Bush, eh. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
Bush.
saying?
I didn't
Sublime.
I didn't consider Bush grunge anyway.
I didn't really even like Bush.
I always figured they were like
Their new album is
radio.
fucking more
fuck
grunge
you guys.
than anything.
No.
Well,
they're-
I'm older than you, and I
No, that's
actually
more
I
metal.
saw Bush in concert, and it was kind of, I don't want to say a bucket list thing, but I really like when I started listening to rock and roll regularly.
Yeah, that's what I
Bush was
consider
one
them
of the
more
bands
of a
that
rock
I
band
listened to.
than
Like,
a grunge band.
right. Yeah,
It's more
definitely.
like they came out in the grunge era and kind of got lumped in with it.
Did you guys
Well,
see
that's
the?
also probably in a weird way why I like Nirvana more out of those grunge bands. Because if you change a certain few elements of Nirvana, they're a fucking metal band.
Did you guys see the fuck, what was I gonna say here? Oh, Disturbed at the Disturbed concert with he brought Chris Jericho up on the stage to sing
Oh no shit.
whatever their
That's no surprise.
top song is, but
That
Let the
is-
Bodies Hit the Floor. That's what it was.
No, what?
That's the wrong fucking band.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
no, it wasn't that one. But it was definitely. What's Disturbed's biggest like played out song? Like
Like original or cover?
no, it was an original.
The only thing I can think of is Down with the Sickness.
Yes, that's what it was.
Yo. People get those two confused all the time. Yeah, the other one's Drowning Pool. Bodies.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I was trying to think of who that was.
Which
It
isn't
just
that?
couldn't
Didn't
come
that
to
guy
me.
Dude, I haven't
also
listened
commit
to-
suicide?
Huh?
Didn't that guy also commit suicide? The
Probably.
lead singer.
We have a bad epidemic of that in the metal community.
I can't remember what the guy's last name is, but I really think that if he didn't, I don't know if he killed himself or OD'd, but the dude from Blind Melon, I think that they would have went really far if he didn't commit suicide or whatever he did. Like I thought that
Honestly-
guy had a really good voice, and I thought that for the time period, like that music was.
So can I be honest about that whole OD suicide thing? Isn't that just an accidental suicide? It's the same thing.
Not necessarily.
No, because how is it an accident if you're putting more?
And
Or
more
s-
and more.
If sometimes it's accidental because you don't realize how strong or how impure something is until you put it in. Other times you're doing it intentionally because you're just pumping it in for that purpose alone.
Wow, that
And
just
you
sounded like
you
a
can generally
dirty
tell.
movie.
Yeah.
Everything that you just
You're
said.
just pumping it in because you need to
Well, I
pump
mean,
it.
if you really think about it, if it's suicide by needle, there's usually 2 to 3 times as much that as it would take to OD and die off of. Whereas if it's accidental, it come to find out it was too strong, or it was very impure.
Yeah, but it kind of sounds. I mean, to me personally, if I did that kind of thing, I would definitely check the potency on it, and
You
just
can't.
maybe you can't just do a little bit of it to see how strong it is.
Addicts don't think like that.
No, they don't.
Addicts just got a bag. They ain't been high in 2 days. They're shooting that bag.
Mm-hmm.
Trust me.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
They ain't been high in 2 days, bro. And they're addicted. They're in pain at this point. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's crazy, dude.
It's not like weed.
All right, on to
Happier topics.
yeah. Actually, let's do the Crime and Punishment and Florida Man edition.
Oh, boy.
There's some good ones today.
Florida man vapes semen.
Oh yeah, I didn't. I didn't
We ain't
wanna
even
put
talk
on
about
there.
that
We
one.
were
I'm done
gonna
with
They
that.
bring that
actually
one up.
showed a picture of the man smoking or
Yeah.
vaping semen. It's
Yep.
He did
fucking
not look proud of
gross.
that moment. Oh, the one from last week, the guy that killed his imaginary friend. He showed me the picture of it. Not only does he look like someone that would kill his imaginary friend, but he looks so sad in the
Yeah,
picture
he looked like
too.
he had been crying and like he lost his best
I
friend.
didn't want to do
He
it.
probably did lose his best friend. That was his imaginary best friend. He's probably got other imaginary friends that are mad at him for killing that one.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Actually, if that's the case, he probably doesn't have any friends left. They all left him.
Oh my god.
Here's one that sounds like something that would happen at
We're going to
the
hell.
the Benting household
Jesus
back in the day.
Christ.
Man stabs his brother because his bowl of mac and cheese was missing.
I think that
I can
happened
see Dan or Bubba stabbing each other because they stole food.
with a fork, no less. Like with a fork, with the fork that they were going to use to eat that food with. It just went into somebody's hand,
Oh, jeez.
side,
If-
leg.
If you remember last week, we did one where the guy stole the cop car, got pulled over,
Oh, yeah.
and stole the cop car again. Well, this guy stole an ambulance, goes on a high-speed chase with the ambulance, and ended up pulling right into the police station.
Why? Was he just having fun and was like, well, I ain't getting away with this anyway?
He said it felt like Grand Theft Auto.
How high was he?
Yes.
Yes. Just yes.
Oh, this
So,
one's fucking hilarious, bro.
That's like the perfect answer. Ready? How high was he?
Yes.
This one had me laughing, dude. It doesn't surprise me, though. Florida man trapped in a unlocked closet for 2 days. He called 911 after the second day. Him and his girlfriend were trapped in this closet. They thought someone was chasing them, and they ran into a school janitor's closet and was trapped in there for 2 days.
Let's
Well,
go
when the
back to
cops got
last
there,
question.
they literally just opened the door and let them out. They had been pissing and shitting in the closet in the 2 days. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, God. This one's kind of funny, too. Man was arrested after calling 911 because they refused entry for his cat into the strip club.
Why did you take
No,
pussy
Mr.
with you?
Twinkles has to go with me.
Why did you were going there to see pussy? Why did you bring pussy?
Hey, maybe the cat was upset and he was just bringing him along to cheer him up.
Maybe he was trying to bring him back to see some of his relatives.
See, Whiskers is feeling down right now.
A lot of these people are actually, they get arrested for like misuse of 911. That's what they literally get arrested for.
Yeah.
But like the stupid drug people that call and
Yeah, something
order
like
pizzas,
that,
call
I'm
911 and order pizzas and dumb shit like that. Yeah, you get arrested for that.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yo, I accidentally called 911
Oh,
one
you
time.
guys will find this fucking hilarious. Go ahead, Frank.
I accidentally called 911 one time, and
They call you back.
they called you back and everything, but
They still
there's
send
only
someone.
one way to deal with it.
They send someone.
No,
anyway,
no,
don't they?
well, yeah, but when they call you back, it's the only thing that you're allowed to say. I'm sorry, I dialed the wrong number. Or, I'm sorry, my phone hit the emergency call in my pocket.
Sorry, I butt
That is the
dialed you.
only fucking thing you are allowed to say when they call you back. Okay? Or when you call them. I am sorry, I did not mean to.
All
I am drunk right now.
This one's pretty funny here. Florida man pays for a private plane to draw a giant radar penis.
Yes!
Yeah, I heard something about that a while ago.
Yes!
If you look it up, it actually shows like it. He did a pretty good job. It's a pretty good penis with an airplane, I guess.
Follow my radar path. Yo, that's something I would do. Yo, if I had money, that is damn sure something I would do. Only, you know how they can like leave trails or whatnot and like draw things?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Skydiving.
How high was he? Oh, this one's funny.
Might have been
too.
drunk, too.
Florida man was arrested for driving his car through the mall, and when they asked why he did it, he said he was trying to time travel.
Was he trying to get it up to 88 miles an hour or something?
The
Was it a
flux
DeLorean?
capacitor.
Was it a DeLorean?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Florida man beats up his girlfriend with a banana.
How big was the banana? Like, for real, how bad could that have really hurt?
And was the banana pickled?
Was it peeled?
Pickled. Was it used before?
I'm
I'm
wondering.
just baffled how you can repeatedly beat someone with a banana.
Right,
You
it's
know,
gonna
I think-
break after the
Yeah.
first time.
I mean, I guess if you hit the right spots, I mean, it's gonna leave a fucking mark. I mean, if I hit you across the cheek with a fucking banana, it's gonna leave a
Yeah,
mark.
but it
Yeah,
said he
yeah.
beat her with a banana. Okay, did he beat her, like repeatedly hit her with the banana, or did he just hit her one time with
You
it?
know, bananas are everywhere in Florida, right? They just grow in everyone's yard.
Oh, so he probably grabbed an unripened one that was still really
as
hard.
fuck.
Oh man. Oh, that probably hurt like a bitch.
And some of the wild ones get pretty big too, like plantains. You know how big the plantains
Yeah, they get
are.
pretty big.
Yeah. Because once they get to us in the stores, they've already been through the whole fucking process of being sprayed by shit for spiders, because they have banana spiders that hide inside the
That
crates
are
of
very,
bananas.
very poisonous.
They are actually. I didn't somebody around here. Not I don't want to say recently, but I want to say it's been in the last 20 years. Somebody here in this area got bit by one
What, a
At a-
banana spider?
at a grocery store. It was like a produce person, and
I feel like I heard about that.
it was.
Because it doesn't
while
happen
back.
very often.
No, it doesn't, because they end up going through all that cold weather and shit.
Yeah, and it
They're-
kills them.
Yeah.
They're a tropical animal.
Dude, I don't know how much you guys know about Florida, but there is some.
From what I understand, it's a whole bunch of nope.
No.
Kind of like Australia.
Dude, there's
Nope.
bugs. There's bugs that I've never even seen in dinosaur
heard it.
movies.
I've heard it equated to the Australia of the USA.
It's crazy, dude. They got this one beetle that's got like a fucking hook that comes up over its head, and it's got like, it looks like a hook, like a fishing hook. It's got those the barbs on it.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Those things are
Fuck
cool.
that,
Nope.
dude. And when it flies,
No.
you can hear
It
it.
flies?
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
probably about
Fuck
this big.
that thing.
It's a type of Hercules beetle.
Yeah,
Those things are really cool.
yeah.
No.
No, fuck
No,
that.
I'm okay with those.
There's
I guess
this
there's
other
some
bug,
predatory
dude, and you
plants,
guys are gonna
too.
laugh at me when I do this, but
Predatory plants?
Yeah,
it doesn't
Like
have
they
any
move?
back
Not
legs.
actively move.
It pulls
but-
itself like this. There's no back legs to this bug. I don't know what the fuck it is, but it uses it's got like these almost grasshopper like legs in the front, and it just
Huh.
kind of like rowing a boat. It walks. That's how it walks. Dude, I'm
have to
telling you,
look
there's
that
some
up.
ugly fucking bugs and the spiders and shit down there. I think we did talk about it a little bit when you were talking about the brown recluse when you got bit. But they have a spider down there. Well, they're actually coming here to. They're migrating up here because I guess the weather doesn't fuck with them. But they're called wolf spiders.
Oh yeah, we've had wolf spiders up here.
Oh
for
yeah,
a
we got
while.
wolf spiders.
They're almost as big as your fucking hand. But
Nope.
then when you kill them, they like they're
The
small.
ones up here aren't that big.
No,
No,
our
the ones
weather.
in
So
Florida are that big.
Our
So-
weather's not conducive. for
yeah,
them to get
so
that
they
size.
live in our climate and whatnot, but the climate determines how big they can get.
Yeah.
But they almost look like a tarantula.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I've
the
seen
ones
one.
up here are still hairy and whatnot. They just don't grow.
But they're
as big.
harmless to us.
Yeah,
they
they're just
I mean,
nasty looking.
they can bite you and leave a little like mosquito bite type shit on you, but they
Yeah.
won't most of the time. They're more afraid of you than you are of them.
Yeah, they're just.
And when
kinda-
you kill them, dude, they literally like ball up. Like
Yeah.
one can be this big and it'll ball up like that when it's
Yeah, all spiders do that.
Hey, bud,
yo.
do you
They
have a
don't care.
flamethrower?
Yeah, you'd have to burn that.
I ain't getting anywhere near those motherfuckers.
And the snakes. That's
Do you have a
worse.
flamethrower?
I'm not afraid of spiders or snakes, but I don't. If they're in my vicinity,
I don't do
I
spiders.
will kill them. Like if I see a spider off in the distance, as long as he ain't fucking with me and he ain't coming down in front of my face, and I know that spiders are a very useful part of the
So-
ecosystem.
So I typically don't kill spiders unless they're fucking with me, but I don't really do spiders all that well.
I just killed
There
him.
was this one time I was on my way home
Ones that
from
are
work
harmful.
in Florida, dude, and they got these like little hairy purple and green shiny jumping spiders.
I need an engineer.
And I
I
don't
want
I
one.
think they're pretty harmless too.
They
I don't
are.
think they
Jumping spiders are actually really, really friendly. They're
But when you're
absolutely
driving at night
harmless.
and it jumps on your fucking steering wheel right in front of you looking at you, I had to pull over and get rid of that fucker.
I was just saying. I like jumping spiders. They're actually kind of cute.
I'm not gonna lie, it kind of was cute. It was just weird. Like it was.
Are
it
you
literally
fucking
had me in
nuts?
my
It's a
eye.
spider.
It was in my like looking me right in my face. Like
Yeah, I like jumping spiders. You're kind of cute.
Have you seen the way I keep my car though?
I
I,
can
bet
see-
I have spiders in there.
say, I
Probably
can see
some.
myself
Shut the
screaming
fuck up.
like the dude from Home Alone when he gets hit in the face with the iron. Like if that shit jumped on my face.
I have not almost wrecked a car for a spider.
Oh my god. Here we're still on Florida Man.
We're on Rob dying.
Florida Man pawns jewelry at the pawn shop of the people that he robbed from the night before. He robbed their house. Did not know that they
Own the pawn
owned
shop.
the pawn shop and took the jewelry to the pawn shop that they owned.
Oh my god.
Fucking. That's
Fucking wonderful.
Fucking
almost
shenanigans.
instant karma right there. Fucking.
What they do? Call the cops?
Well, of course.
You
I
know?
mean, here, you take this one. I'll take this one. Oh, this one's funny. Florida man dies in meth lab explosion. Can you guess how?
The meth lab exploded.
Well, can you guess how the meth lab exploded?
He was smoking meth.
Nope. Think about like being a teenager.
Well, I say he forgot to turn something off.
He was lighting his own farts and blew up the meth lab and died. His friend that didn't die said that that's what he was doing when it set off the Yep.
So was it a meth lab or a methane lab?
Well, both types of meth were going on.
Rest in peace, brother. I hope you find homeboy's missing mac and cheese.
Let me know when your asshole gets reattached.
Jesus Christ.
All right, this one
Wait,
is
wait,
kind
wait.
of funny too here.
Not rest in peace. Rest in pieces.
Rest in pieces. Yeah. This one's actually police. Florida police. 5 police officers spend over an hour chasing a runaway pig.
Okay.
A couple of those officers were pretty big fellas. Imagine them running around for over an hour chasing a fucking pig.
That's why it took him over an hour. Just saying.
Come here, bacon, bacon, bacon.
They said, we got a pig on the loose. Call Bubba. He hungry.
We need to catch it, not cook it.
Well, call Bubba. He'll catch it, but you better catch Bubba before he cook it.
And I gotta say congratulations to the winner of this year's Super Bowl. Congratulations, Taylor Swift.
Yes, you are the true winner of this year's Super Bowl. You generated 7.5 million fans for an event that I'm sure you give no fucks about.
No fucks. No
No
fucks given.
fucks. Well, I'm sure she gave a fuck.
All right, and here we are with Rob's.
Oh God, cut that right out, man. I am not fucking with the Swifties. Cut that shit out. Cut that shit out.
My daughter's a Swiftie.
Oh my God, no. I'm not inciting the wrath of the Swifties. You cut that shit out.
Bring it on.
No. Do you realize how many of them there are? It's a small army, you fucking moron.
Challenge accepted.
It's a large army.
My daughter's gonna punch you in the throat when she gets here. Anyways, on to one of Rob's favorite segments on this day.
Ooh.
Still doesn't change the fact she gave a fuck.
Not a lot of there was a lot of famous people that were born on this day, but I didn't really know a lot about them, and there wasn't much
Let's
significance.
cut it down to the ones who matter.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I did.
Noteworthy ones.
And one of these guys was actually for Cedric, and I was wondering if he was gonna know who he was. But Mark Coffey was born on this day.
Was he the inventor of coffee?
No, he's a professional wrestler, still current. He was born on this day. Your boy Jerry Springer.
Woo! Yes.
Jerry. It's fucking hilarious how we do that.
I love Jerry.
Everyone still watches it.
Yo, next time Jerry
That's
comes
my
here, we
favorite
need to
part
do that.
About staying at home when I was a kid.
Actually, it brings me to a question that I saw on Facebook the other day. What was this is going to be before your guys' time. You're probably not going to remember this, but what was a talk show that you remember as a kid?
Talk show.
Like, I was trying to be like unique with it, like not Donahue, not Ricky Lake, not all those people.
Arsenio Hall's one of them.
Yep, that was a good one.
I mean, I didn't really watch TV as a kid. We were
Who
poor.
did the Tonight Show before Leno?
Carson.
Yeah.
I mean, those are before our time, though. We don't remember those as a kid.
I said
I remember Carson.
Richard Bay.
I never had
Do you know who
TV.
Richard Bay
No.
is? Do you remember Richard Bay? The Richard
No.
Bay show?
No.
He was the Jerry Springer before Jerry Springer. He had all that crazy shit. You gotta look that up if you have time. The Richard Bay show.
So, to be honest with you,
Beay.
to be honest with you,
Bey.
I was probably like,
Yeah, you weren't that old because I
was probably like 9 or even 10 before we had a solid home to where I had television access every day.
See, I
And
had
then
a
that
rich-
My
only really.
grandmother always used to watch the talk shows and shit. That's how I know about
I
So-
had a rich grandfather, so
No, my grandma, when you went over to her house,
it. No, I didn't watch him. She did. That's how I know about him.
yeah, but my grandma, when you went over to her house, we had channels 2 through 13, and 3 of those channels did not work.
and the other three of them had
One of them
soap
was
operas
TV
on all
Guide.
day.
Yep, one of them was a soap opera channel.
Yep, I remember the TV Guide channel. Actually, I missed that.
So did
'cause
I.
they actually had
Fucking
shit on there.
13 channels! The fuck do I need TV Guide for? Sorry. I'm serious though. Like, what the
So you
fuck?
can sit there and dream about all the things you can't watch.
Right, because that's literally what it would show you.
Yeah.
Henry Rollins was born on this day.
Really?
Do you know what band he came from?
I want to say Sex Pistols.
The Henry Rollins band?
I heard of that one.
Yeah, the Henry Rollins band.
What songs did he?
I don't fucking know. That's your kind of music. I remember him though. He kind of looks like CM Punk.
Yeah, I always thought he was with a different band.
How about this guy? Peter Gabriel was born today. Do you know what band he came from?
No,
Do you know?
but I know
who
the name.
He sings this song, Sledgehammer.
No.
I think I know it. Probably other songs.
What? I'm busy. What?
He came
See, this is what
from-
we need Cedric for. He ought to be in here taking a video of me doing this. You know what I'm saying?
But you didn't wash your hands.
I've washed my hands several
Just
times
be
today.
careful swinging it like
I
that.
always fuck with
It's
Frank Watts.
fine, bro.
In case it decides to break in there. Yeah, how many times have I warned you about fucking around and I'm usually right?
Fuckery. So
Damn, that's a foot long string. I'm
excuse me,
paper over there.
Peter Gabriel came from the band Genesis with
That's who it
Phil
was. Okay.
Collins.
Oh, wasn't he the singer before Phil took over?
He could be, but I know he was also
Didn't-
in it with him.
I was gonna
as well.
say, I'm pretty sure he was, and then Phil sang a song when he was like sick, and
yeah,
they
there's some kind of
they
story
both
behind it. for
agreed
sure.
Yeah.
that Phil was a better singer.
No, he was a better drummer.
Yeah.
Well, Peter, like,
I'm sorry, if you go back and watch some Genesis performances from like the late
yeah,
60s,
yeah,
early
yeah.
70s,
He does
No.
and then to see what he turned into
I
in
know.
recent years, it's depressing.
I know, but if Peter Gabriel and Phil Collins and their producer and
Oh,
everybody,
he definitely had a better voice than Gabriel.
right,
but
and that's why he stayed the
He
singer.
was a better drummer than a singer.
Yeah, he really was, but they needed somebody to sing better. That's the only reason they
did.
hit the stardom that they did is because
Yep.
Phil took over.
And actually, you know that finger tapping technique that people say Eddie Van Halen started? It was a guitarist from Genesis. He was the first one to start popularizing it more, just a little bit before him.
That was the guy with the horseshoe haircut and the goatee, right? He was blonde, I think.
I think so, yeah.
I don't know his name, but I know.
Yo, what in the mother of fuck am I doing over here?
Making a snake.
At least the table's clean. It's new still, so you got that going for
All
you.
right, there's our
Yo.
famous
we're at an hour.
birthdays.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, we're almost done with this topic. So
Oh, I never even plugged my fucking phone in.
Bravo!
on this day,
Where do I plug it?
1935, the
Mike.
Lynn. Mike.
It's on the mic stand. There you go, bud.
1935, the Lindbergh kidnapping.
The Lindbergh baby.
Also,
I'm too young to be
the same
a
year
Lindbergh
they
baby.
found the guy, and the Galileo trial started.
Galileo trials?
Yeah, he was arrested for something about the Earth being round or something.
No. So
Something
Galileo
like
was
that.
arrested by the church for claiming that the Earth was not the center of the universe.
Oh yeah, that it didn't
Oh,
go
okay.
around
That the sun
sun.
didn't
right,
run.
Right.
Yeah,
That's what it
for-
was.
I don't
he
know how
was-
I forgot about that. It wasn't it a. Didn't they consider it like a heretical crime?
Yes,
Like it
yes.
was an act of heresy?
Yep,
To go
because
against
God
what-
created everything to revolve around the Earth.
And you see why I,
I do
always
not
quote
know
human
what the
genius.
outcome. Does anybody know what the outcome of the
I think he
trial
was put to death.
Seriously?
I think he lost.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow, that's pretty fucking
Because
shitty, bro.
that's how strong of a hold the church had.
Do
You
you
gotta
know that
remember,
there's
science for a long time had to fight.
Science was witchcraft.
You're probably gonna have to slide closer to the table.
Oh shit, my bad. What happened?
Oh no, you're good.
I thought.
He's got to slide closer because the weight of the microphone's pulling on the stand down.
I'm definitely gonna have to look that up and see if they hung his ass.
Actually, they probably burned him at the stake. If anything, because it was the church.
1633, so yeah, probably before they started hanging motherfuckers.
No.
Yeah, remember, they
No.
used the guillotine long before that.
No, they didn't actually.
Really?
Actually, the guillotine is a relatively modern invention, if I'm not mistaken.
It's made by a French guy.
Yep. I think it was made during the French Revolution to speed up all the executions.
Hey, you mentioned the French. Also on this day was the first French nuclear test. I forgot what the date was. I didn't write it down on that one, but
The 50s.
I actually think it was like 45, if I'm not mistaken. But
No. First nuclear test performed by any country was us in like 44, 45. And then I believe the very next successor was Britain in 47. And then the French shortly after them. You might be right. I believe it was in either 48 or 49. And then the Soviets, actually, I think in 1950 or 51, set off their first nuke. Or no, it might have been before that. It might have gone U.S., Britain, Soviet, and then French. Because I actually looked into this one time. I was wondering how all this shit started. Because if one side had nukes and the other side didn't, it would have been like done.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Also,
So it had to be very quickly that they both developed them.
I zoned out for a moment.
I
Stoner
didn't get the
zoned
date
out.
on this one either, but on this day, Florida records -2 degrees. State record in Florida, -2 degrees.
No shit.
Yeah.
Like as the high for the day?
Yes.
No shit.
As the high or the low? It was probably an overnight low.
It just said state record, so I'm not.
So
really,
it was an overnight low.
Yeah. that
But
sounds
even
about
still,
right.
in Florida, that's fucking crazy.
Yeah, it really is.
Being that close to the equator.
They're 23 degrees north of it.
On this day, 1920, first day of the all black baseball teams, the Negro League, the National Negro Leagues. That's why this they have the American League and the National League. And
Yep.
some people that are racist will call the National League the Nigger League. The nigger.
Wow, fuck those people.
There was different times.
Yeah.
They came from they were cut from a different cloth. That's what they were. They were a little bit bigoted and a lot of bit stupid.
Yep.
And for our last one, this one's kind of important to me. In 1996, which was the year I graduated, on this day, the score from the Fugees was on the Billboard for #1 for one exact year. You guys probably don't know a whole lot about that one, but
See, I told you.
one
No,
of my
I hit
favorite
that part
albums.
with my fucking thumbnail a
The
second ago.
Fugees is Lauryn Hill and
I've never heard of
Wyclef
the Fugees.
and
I have.
yeah. Did you ever watch Sister Act 2?
Yeah, not in a long ass time. I was a kid.
The chick from Sister Act 2, the lead singer, that's Lauryn Hill.
Oh, okay.
It's her group. She's
Okay.
now they're all on their own, but
Yeah.
at that time that was a good album. I still actually have that on my Spotify now because
Alright.
pretty much the whole album's good. So.
Well, are we going to do a Stump the Frank this episode?
Next, because
Next episode.
I don't have anything else for next episode, so I'm gonna
Fill some of the gaps with that?
yeah.
Okay. Alright, so I have to run to the bank.
And I need to.
I'm gonna go to Speedway.
Yeah, I'm not going to.
Duncan didn't have large cups.
All right. Thanks, everybody. Have a good one. We'll see you next time.
Oh, yeah.